What is going on, everybody? PokeCraft here for the Pokemon Council, and I'm here with a Pokemon Showdown NU replay. Wanted to have a couple of quick matches between you, not really trying to ladder for the suspect testing of Sneasel and Gallade. I just wanted to play a couple rounds of NU, because I don't really care about the suspect personally, because I already kind of figured out how it's going to go. Gallade's going to get banned, and possibly Sneasel's probably going to stay, because Sneasel is just a wall breaker, and you need powerful wall breakers in any tier to keep it as balanced as possibly can, because without the wall breakers, the tier become very stally and kind of boring, and no one wants to play, because who wants to play stall versus stall, bulk versus bulk? That's not really fun at all. So anyway, let's get started with the battle. Because with North Speed, so my opponent has a pretty threatening team of Kangaskhan, Gallade, Sneasel, Lantern, Uxie, and Azazel. So he's both using both of the tested mons. On my side, I have a pretty just thrown together team of a Quagsire, Cradily, Sneasel, Granbull, Raichu, and a Monferno. Mine's kind of thrown together, really no thought process whatsoever. Maybe a couple mons here or there, but really I just want to dick around and have play some NU. I'll probably just go back to play some PU because that's the I'm having a lot of fun with right now, and it's just really fun to play in. So odds are I probably won't use the team ever again, so I'll give a quick description of it. Kind of typical, physically defensive, unaware, Quagsire, Spadef, Cradily, Choice Spanish Sneasel, physically defensive, Lefties, Intimidate to Granbull, Choice Specs Raichu, and a Choice Scarf Monferno. So I wanted to lead with my Monferno just because I can turn out anything he wants to start out with and go with some momentum, and I can dish some pretty nice damage. My opponent starts off with his Uxie, which is physically defensive just by the damage that Monferno's going to do here in a second. So I go for the U-turn, and it does 20%. That's pretty physically defensive, because I know Monferno is no Infernape by any means. Of course, he's an EV, not fully evolved Pokemon, but this is a super effective against, a Psychic type Pokemon. So if you're especially defensive, it would have done more damage, presumably. And the fact that he does have other Pokemon like Lantern that could be his special wall. So I go to U-turn right out into my Sneasel, predicting the rocks to go up, so that way Sneasel can come in safely. Now, I have a predicament here. I can either go for the knockoff or the pursuit. And I don't go for knockoff. I actually go for the pursuit, which does about 30%. That could 30%. Now here, I think I should go for the knockoff. The knockoff is lefties. That would have done more damage considering it has more power behind it and would have knocked down Uxie more in health. So I do make a little bit of misplay there, and going for the the knockoff. So that was my play. That was my bad there. So he's gonna turn out and go into his Kangaskhan, which I think scares the shit out of me. And his Kangaskhan here is pretty much Mega Kangaskhan, in terms of what I can see by set, except, it's not Mega, it's a new Kangaskhan, which I prefer. I don't really know if it's Assault Fist, it probably is, but it seems to be the Mega Kangaskhan play style, so. He switched to the Lantern. I go for the Play Rough, knowing that I could take pretty much any hit that this Kangaskhan could dish out on me. And the Play Rough does a decent amount of damage, 36% against this Lantern, showing me that, yes, it is specially defensive and not physically bulky. I decided to actually stay in here because he's going to try to Skull Burn me, but I do have the Heal Bell, so that's not big of a deal. Because I really want to get damage on this Lantern, because he has no Wish Passer on his team. Lantern is going to go down. So I actually predict the Skull to go to Cradily, so Cradily can munch up that nice water and fill the nutrients. Now I predict the Volt Switch go right to my Raichu, get the nice Lightning Rod boost of special attacks. So yeah, and I go for the Grass Knot. It doesn't take it out. Really, definitely, I can't assure you that it is definitely specially defensive. Now I make a misplay here. Obvious switch to Zatu is obvious, and I went for the Grass Knot again like a dumb. I really should have switched out to like my Granbull or my Quaxer or something else, knowing that Zatu is coming in, because now that just gives him a free turn of a setup or attack whatever he wants to do. So that was my bad on my part. Whoopsies. If I wasn't Scarf, of course, I don't know, I may have done the Grass Knot anyway, because odds are this could be Volt Absorb or Water Absorb. There's really no telling, but I'm just guessing it's a Volt Absorb by a couple of moves here. Anyway, so I'm going to hard switch out into my Quagsire. Quagsire come in and just eat up his moves. He goes for the Heat Wave, which tells me this is an offensive Xatu, and not defensive sort of anti-hazard Xatu, which he probably does have magic bounce anyway, but you know, it tells me he's more offensive than defensive, which is pretty interesting actually. So my opponent does a misplay here, and I go for the recover, pretty much to see if the Lantern was Waters or not, because the Scholar is obvious. So he's going to try to set up my Quagsire, and my Quagsire is unaware, so he doesn't really care about the fact that the Xatu is boosting up in defense, special defense, because he's not seeing anything. He's like going, what the fuck are you doing? I don't understand what's going on. I'm just going to keep scalding you until I get the damn burn that I want to really whittle this thing down. And it could be Cosmic Power as well. I don't really know. I know he has Side Shock, he has Team Wave, he has Calm Mind and Roost, so it's semi-offensive, but my opponent keeps trying to boost up the Xatu for whatever reason, and I think he may have finally realized that I'm unaware, and that I'm not gonna be doing, he's not gonna be doing jack shit to him, and I'm gonna be doing the same amount of damage. So I went for Earth Power anyway, in case I decided, hey, maybe I'll switch out and go to my Lantern for a Water Absorb, whatever reason. Sorry about that. Skype call. Got it. Anyway, so Giga Drain. I don't use Yuxi all that much. I don't really know. I don't use Yuxi all that much, so I don't know if that's normal set for Yuxi to have the Giga Drain. It's not mono used a whole lot, so I'm not familiar with Yuxi all too much. So I apologize for that if that was a stupid play on my part, but if it was, okay, my bad. Misplays happen if you're not familiar with Pokemon. But anyway, so I'm going to switch to my Cradily, predicting the Giga Drain, but just a safe switch. Goes to the U-turn, makes a smart move, goes to his Kangaskhan. The big threat, the big Mr. Threat is here. I'm going to the Protect to kind of see what he wants to go for, and it gives you some left-base recovery as well. So it allows me to kind of maybe gauge what kind of Kangaskhan even more. So I switch to Granbull. Granbull here is going to eat up that powerful Power Punch that is going to try, and he actually crits me, bringing it back up the neutral attack. Now, it's got a Frustration, and that does a whopping 36%. That thing is a threat, because my Granbull is max defense, not max HP. I got some investment in attack, took additional more damage, but that did a lot of damage. That was crazy. I'm going to Cradily to eat up that Frustration, because, you know, I'm a Cradily. No. Go for Protect to see what else it's going to do. Goes to the Drain Punch. So that's actually not that bad of a play there. Go for the Drain Punch to get all that health back. I'm going to switch back in my Grapple, pretty much to fodder him off. Now that I'm kind of seeing what kind of Kangaskhan he is. Go for the Power Punch. He's going to go back up to neutral. But keeping this Kangaskhan at bay is what I really need to do overall. And at least my first Pokemon, my Grapple. But Grapple also wasn't going to do a lot against this team. Now, this thing's got some HP or defensive edge because this is an Ice Gouge coming from an a Choice Banded Sneasel. That should have straight up killed. So he just once got super low roll. And Henry kind of had some fun smack talking. Guy was getting a hurry, and I personally hate when people tell me to hurry up. I do. It's a pet peeve of mine, and I don't like it. So I would tend to do the opposite when you say if you tell me to hurry up. Like I'll move slower. Because I like to think out my plays. But yeah, that thing should have died, but oh well. What can you do? So I lost my Sneasel, was my biggest check for that Yuki, so now I have to really play my cards right. I'll play my mantra in order to defeat that annoying little wall. So I go to Monferno, he's feigning the Mach Punch, he goes to Yuxi, I go for the straight for U-turn, knowing that he's going to switch. Like, no, little Yuxi, I'm not going to stay on you. U-turn out, going to Cradily, because Cradily is not going to be doing a whole lot against this team, so I feel like sacking him off is the best possible thing I can do. Go for the Psychic, I ate that up. I don't know why I went for Psychic against the Special Wall. I give my late game rocks up due to the fact that now this knocks out one of his walls, Lantern, and this Oko, and this knocks out one of his biggest threats to my team, the Kangaskhan, so they both get knocked out by the rocks, so that's actually a very good thing for me. I was fortunate he went for the side exit of the U-turn, but even though I still also would have lived the U-turn, so that gives me more time to pretty much deal out more toxic damage to Yuxi, which I really need to do. I kind of hate to Toxic Stall at times, but when it comes to a wall like Yuxi, I kind of have to Toxic Stall a little bit. And here, I could have tried to go for the double protect, but I didn't want to be that douchey of a player. So I decided to go for Giga Drain to maybe get some damage off on it. And he did the smart move and just went ahead and switched to the Lantern on the U-turn to pretty much kind of get Yuki out there and reset the toxic turns. Anyway, so he's going to knock off my lefties, which I'm okay with, because it was fodder anyway. I wanted to kill it off. And my Inferno's going to here to come back out and play. He's going to switch out into his Yuxi. And again, I'm going for U-turns. He's actually afraid of Mach Punch. Little does he know at this time that my Monferno is actually Scarfed, which is a good secret since most Monfernos typically have Mach Punch or Stealth Rocks and all that stuff. I kind of base it off of the the Infernape sets that I like to use in Yu-Gi-Oh!, which I love using Scarfape. It's my favorite set to really use. Anyway, so just switches to Sneasel. It's being weaned down by rocks, which is good. Knocks off my Quagsire. Quagsire is dead. Even though it's physically defensive, this thing is just a monster, and just taking the Quagsire, letting it live. So I'm down my last two mons. My first here is going to... I'm going to go for the Flare Blitz. Even though I really should have gone possibly with the U-turn, but I am locked into the freaking U-turn then, so I didn't want to run the risk. So I actually get a crit with that Flare Blitz, which is extremely lucky for me, and that pretty much sealed the game for me. Which it really did in hindsight. It really did seal that game for me because this Neasel would have destroyed my Raichu if it wasn't for that crit. So that was actually a really close game, and I beat him with a 2-0, but still it was GG. Marrow-wise, it was a very good game. I liked it a lot, and I had a lot of fun. The crit was unfortunate, but that's Pokemon for you. Hacks happen, and it's just something you can't really control. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy the battle, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.